I think you're going to have a lot of problems filming on buses and trains.
Yeah.
Purely because if you're allowed to film on a bus and train, like Match from Action, if you don't do it in one day, the lighting could be different the next day, which the audiences can pick up on, and the same people would be on the bus if you get people in there. And you have to probably check with all the people that they're okay with being filming, and you might encounter a lot of issues.
I was going to say, I imagine him to be quite like a naive character, obviously, because he's been bullied, he's going to be quite shy and stuff. And when he kills it, like, as long as the death is quite stylised, then I think it'll work really well as a positive thing. Like, I think the story and stuff's really good.
I think you're right, a kind of stylised, kind of abstract death.
I think
kind of
running away, like, if you do manage to do it on a bus and like you just film his face and stuff out of the window, I think that will sort of highlight the immaturity of it all.
Yeah.
And stuff.
Yeah, I think you're right. And the passing scenery, a lot of that.
I
Yeah,
like it.
yeah.
Good.
Thank you.
What's the child's background? Because have you considered having, sort of parents that aren't very,
No.
But from the voiceover, sorry to jump in again as Molly. From the voiceover, you obviously get that he's seen a psychologist or a counsellor or something. So you don't really need to know any more about his background other than that.
If you could have shots of him sat on the stairs and his parents arguing.
Why? Why do people with bad parents have to see a counsellor?
When the teacher or the chap was interviewed, it seemed a bit muffled, some of it.
Yeah,
Which,
that's
was
the
a
one
bit difficult
we
to hear.
noticed.
So yeah.
Yeah.
And when the female was speaking, it was quite clear. So yeah.
Max hurt someone, got changed and got on the bus to Wellington. Some might say she had it coming.
When the girl was coming to the beach, it kind of looked like she froze before she was going down the stairs, if that makes sense. So, maybe that could be improved.
Yeah.
I feel like sometimes less is more, and so the scene where he killed the girl, it was fine, but I feel like it would have been more impactful if you left out the actual process of him strangling her.
Anyone else agree with that? Yeah.
Just walk away from the situation and leave it to the imagination a bit more.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I thought the boy that played Max was very good and a very good choice. He was, and the way that you left him without much dialogue worked very well too.
I went up quietly behind her. She turned around and I wrapped my scarf around her neck and pulled.
I'm going to talk about some of the media technologies we used in the construction stages of our short film. Firstly, I'll talk about the cameras and then also the equipment we used, such as the tripod, the fig rig and the dolly, the H1 recording devices and also the hard drives, which are very important in storing all of the edits we did and all of the different clips we had. So firstly, I'll discuss the cameras. The ones we used in this project were the Canon 600Ds, and these are a step up from the flip cameras, SD60s, we used last year, as they included more functions such as white balancing, and also we could do things such as focus pulls, and so they gave an all-round better finish. Some of the equipment we used, we had a fig rig for one of the shots where he's on the beach, so it kind of followed his face. And they may not necessarily be classed as digital technologies, but they were what supported the cameras. And so we also had a tripod and a dolly track, which we used in one of our scenes. The H1 recording device was used for the voiceover. It meant that we could record the sound separately and then put it back on, and it would be recorded to a higher quality than if it had just been recorded off the camera. So by doing that, it gave us a better audio after we'd finished it, and it made it sound more polished and professional. And lastly, the hard drives we used, and we put all of our clips and things on there, so none of it got lost, and it meant that it all ran smoothly in the production and post-production stages of our short film.
I'm going to be talking about the editing software we used as part of the media technologies in the construction. We used Adobe Premiere Pro, which enables you to make titles like this one here, and add filters like this one here, and have a fade like this one here. You can make simple edits like cuts and add sound, which is an original soundtrack that we had made for us. And we can also color correct by making it into the color correct format and dragging the effects onto the clip, just like that. Once you're done, you export it and it goes into a QuickTime movie. Premiere Pro is an advanced editing software and it gives your film a very professional look.
So I'm going to talk about some of the online tools we use in the planning and construction stages of our coursework project. The first one I'll talk through is Tumblr, which is an online blogging site which we used to display all of our research and information. This year we had to make them more themic, so you can see at the top of mine I've got an image of a spider which ties in with the short film. And then on here I've displayed all of my research projects using lots of different means of presentation, such as YouTube, annotated pictures, edited pictures, and other things such as Prezi and Powtoon. And Tumblr is really good because you can embed images and videos, so it's all visible for everyone to see. And then another online social media site we used was Facebook. And what we did is we created a site for all of us to go on, and it meant that we could all share information with each other to put on the blogs. And we could also keep everyone updated and all be on the same page as we kind of went through there. So you can see we've got lots of images from the shoots, and then also giving each other the embed links for the shot list.
All three of us used Photoshop to make our film posters because it's more professional software than something like Paint. We all used the same image for our poster, which is a screen cap from when we were practicing with fades on Premiere, and we quite like the look of it. For mine, I'm going to talk about how I made mine. To make the red, like more red, I used image adjustments, and I can't do it on this at the moment, but the selective colour, when you turn up the red. I also blurred out the background a bit to make it stand out even more, and the text I edited on Fireworks and overlaid it on Photoshop because it has much better text editing on Fireworks.
I'm going to talk about how we used InDesign to make our magazine reviews. I was trying to base my magazine review on Empire magazine. So at the top here I added this title, and then I've given it ratings and general info, and made titles, sentences bigger here, and added in photos with comical captions over the top. With InDesign you can do a number of things. You can add letters bigger and import images and just basically do anything. I added the spiders in to fit in with the theme of our film, and you can easily arrange the text into columns and easily import images.
So in the planning and research stages of creating our short film, we used lots of online sites. We used Google to find all different short films and all the different things we needed to know. And we also found a website called Short of the Week. We used this to view lots of other short films that could influence ours, and so we could study some conventions and make posts for our blog.